All right, so here's a nice trick you can use if you want to set all your turtles back to their original positions. So let's say I want, I might be playing a game and these are my outfielders and they might end up moving to all different positions. But when the game starts up again, I want them to all go to the base that they're on. Okay. So let's, what we can do is, there's a nice trick if you look in the backpack. So we have all this different state information, right? His name, his X coordinate, Y coordinate, heading, size, shape, and all this jazz here, right? Then you also see this little box here that says I have and value. You can add state information in there. So if I go to the command center and I type in turtles own, let's call it start pause. Make this a little bigger so you can see. Okay, turtles own start pause, and watch what happens in this little rectangle in here. So I'm going to hit enter, and now see how this says start pause. And actually, that happens for all the turtles that you have up right now. They're going to have a start pause. In fact, I think if you add a new turtle, yeah, even the new turtles get a start pause. Okay, so all the turtles on this page are going to have a start pause thing. So what, right? Well, you see it says I have start pause, and it also has a value section in here. So just like you can, for example, this is T2, right? If I say T2 set X, because I want to change the X core, say, to to minus 50. Okay, make this bigger too. Okay, if I say set X to minus 50, then yoink. Okay, I set that to minus 50. But now, and so so you can set all these things in here, right? But you can also set, now that you have start pause in here, you can also set start pause. So you can say T2 set start pause to, well, right now we want to set him to, like, say 25 100, right? Because his X core is 25 and his Y core is 100. So if we say 25 or 110, I mean 25 110. Now watch what happens in the value section here. We go yoink, and now we have 25 110 in here, right? So so what? Well, what that means is now anytime I say, like if I say T2, show me your start pause, his start pause is this list 2510. Well, I can also say T2 set pause to start pause. Okay, so because start pause is a list that has an X and a Y in it, right? And that's what set pause needs for its input. So we do this, and there he goes. Okay. So what you want to do is, in all these start pause, you want to load up all these start pause guys with the positions that you want them to start at, and then just say everyone set pause to start pause, and they'll go to where they need to go. Now, a fast way, so really, what makes them move, what sets them in place is that set pause, right? But before we can use set pause, we have to set up this start pause value in all of these guys, right? All these guys need a start pause. He needs a start pause. He needs a start pause. All right. So a quick way to tell to fill in all these start pauses for all your turtles is to say everyone, because we want to talk to all the turtles at once. We can say everyone, set your start pause. Set start pause to whatever your current position is. Pause. Pause will give us a list with the X core and the Y core, where whatever it happens to be. Okay. So for example, for this guy, for T3, his X core is 245, his Y core is 52. When we hit return, I said set pause, start pause. That's going to fill in 245, 52. Let's just see. Boom. Okay. So that's it in his current X core, Y core, his current X core, Y core. So that's all set. So now, so really only once do you have to do this set start pause. Okay, so now we're done. We've loaded up all the start pause values that we want to use at the beginning of our game to do our resetting, right, to set everybody to their position. So now we don't need to do this anymore. Forget about this one now. Once you've set those values, you don't need that anymore. The thing you want to do now, after so you're at some point of play in the game and these guys have moved all over the place, what you want to do at this point is say everyone, and again now at this point we want to do set pause, because set pause is what changes their position. Set pause to what their start pause is. Remember, the start pause is that value that we already set before. So even though, so now I've moved this guy to 163.59, but his start pause hasn't changed, right? So when you move him around, the X core and the Y core change, but the start pause doesn't change. So what we want is we want to say everyone set pause to whatever your starting position was. We hit enter and they all go back to where they're supposed to be. So the only thing left to do here is I like to put commands like this in a procedure. So if we want to have a procedure called reset that we can stick in our button, we can say to reset. Let's do this. And you can actually copy these from your command center if you want. Paste, it's going to be gigantic, and say end here. So might as well make this gigantic too. Okay, so now we have this procedure. Microworlds will know this new word now, reset, and we can say we don't need this anymore either, because now it's in our procedure. We can say we can be playing our game, and everybody gets moved around to wherever they're going to go, and then when we say go to your bases, boom, they're back in their beginning position.